Hey guys, it's Kava. Welcome to My Jewish Friend. Today we're doing a video about Chulent and how to make it. I'm going to be making Chulent and you guys are going to be coming along with me on this journey, or I don't know really if it's a journey, but on this cooking journey. So enjoy. Okay, so the origin of this tradition is an interesting story. Basically, there's two types of Torah. There's the written Torah and then there's the oral Torah, which is passed down from person to person throughout the generations. Both were given to the Jews at Mount Sinai. So there were Jews back in the day who didn't believe in the legitimacy of the oral Torah, and they would look at the written Torah and do exactly what it says, and without the rabbi's explanation of what the written Torah is actually trying to say. So they would read the laws of Shabbos and they would see that it says you can't have a fire in your house on Shabbos. The rabbis came along and said this means that you can't light a fire in your house on Shabbos, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a fire burning in your house. So those people who didn't believe in what the rabbis were saying would say, oh, so that means we can't have any cold food, we can't have any hot food, we can't have any fires, even that we lit prior to Shabbos, they have to be out by Shabbos. So traditional Jews came along and said, as long as we light the fire before Shabbos, the fire can remain lit on Shabbos. So they would make a food called Chulent, or we call it Chulent now, where it's basically a hot stew that they would start cooking before Shabbos, and they would leave the fire on, and then it would remain so that it can remain hot over the course of Shabbos. Obviously, it had to be cooked before Shabbos up to a certain point. You can look at the laws below in the description box. We'll put some things about Shabbos down there. Anyway, so that is where the origin of Chulent came from, and now I'm going to make some of it. Okay, so now most traditional Ashkenazi Chulents have 4 things: barley, beans, garlic, and onions. We do not have any of that in our Chulent because my family is weird. So I'm going to be making the Chulent that my family is going to eat, but we can post a traditional Chulent recipe down in the description box below. Really, Chulent is a stew that you put whatever you want in, but most have traditional things in them as well. Our family also puts potatoes or chicken, and some people put meat in their Chulent instead of chicken, but those are typical traditional things. So our family's sort of traditional, but we also put other weird things in that a lot of people don't. Okay, so we chop the celery. We do this instead of onions because it gives a similar flavor, but it's less acidic. But most people put onions in instead at the bottom of their crock pot, which we have over here. And we kept the flame going with a little bit of oil, and now we're going to add this so that it could fry nicely. All right, so now we've got the carrots. We're going to add them in with the celery, and I just wanted to comment on how cute this carrot is. It's so cute, and I'm so sad to cut it up, but I'm going to cut it up anyway because we got to eat it. Okay. Look at that pretty green and orange. I think it's so pretty. I love celery and carrots together. And now we are going to put in the chicken. Some people put in meat, but we put chicken in our family, and that's also pretty normal and traditional. That's not a weird thing that we do. And I don't want to touch the chicken because it's raw, so Baruch Hashem, my mother managed to clean chickens before because I really didn't want to clean the chickens. Some people peel the potatoes. In my family, we don't, and I think that's a good idea. I read somewhere, no one else wants to hear this, but I did read somewhere about scurvy. I didn't read it, I heard it somewhere, that potatoes can heal you because underneath the peel they have a lot of vitamin C. So if you have scurvy. All right, so now we're gonna put salt in. You don't have to use this salt. This salt is called real salt for some reason. I don't know what the other salt is, if it's fake salt or not, but whatever. And you just put a little bit. It's not coming out. I think this is considered a little bit. I don't know. Okay. Everyone has discovered that it's Everyone has confirmed that it's perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to sprinkle that amount. It's probably not going to come off my hands because they're slightly wet, and that's annoying. And then I'm going to add some parsley and dill to the chicken to add some flavor. People could put whatever spices they want, whatever they like. This is just what my family puts in. And now we are chopping the potatoes. So as I said before, some people peel them. We don't. And, I like the taste of it not peeled, but, you do you and peel them if you want. We've got our untraditional addition to the Chulent. Like we said, most people put barley, but we put rice in just as a preference. of flavors, because again, Chulent can really be whatever you want. The traditional aspect of it is to have something hot on Shabbos. So now I'm just gonna check the rice to make sure it's all good, and then we're going to add it to the Chulent, and we'll be done. So now, 5 hours later, just kidding, a while later, but not 5 hours later, I have finally cleaned the rice, and I'm going to add it to my Chulent kebab thingy. And now, basically we're done, except now we're just gonna add some water so it fills everything up to the top. And then I'm just gonna let it cook all the way through Shabbos with fire burning underneath, because that is why we do it. That's good. All right, so we are finished making the Chulent. Now it just has to cook, and it's 12:30 now today on Friday. We need to make sure that it's cooked up to a certain amount before Shabbos, because we can't actually cook food on Shabbos. Even if you set up the fire before Shabbos, food can't actually be cooked on Shabbos. We're just leaving the fire on to keep the food warm. So that's why we have to cook it early on in the day so that it can actually be cooked by the time we hit Shabbos. Check the description box below for more information about Shabbos. Also, check the description box below for some Chulent, for a great Chulent recipe that's this, but with some more normal ingredients as well. And we hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below about other recipes that you'd like me to try out. And see you next week.